center crowd, not as raucous on a consistent basis as they are in Indianapolis, is clearly ready for Game 6.
Well, now the tendency is in a game like this where you feel the nerves is that shooting maybe be off a little bit. Bob, to counter that, you've got to get second shots and offensive rebounds, and that's what the Lakers do very, very well. The Pacers must rebound the basketball here early.
Hugh Evans will toss it up on the jump ball. He's working the game with Ron Garretson and Joey Crawford. Laker ball to start Game 6.
And I expect Kobe Bryant to try to get to the free throw line early. Bob, he's taken 47 shots in the last 2 games and has not shot a free throw.
In fact, he hasn't hit one since Game 1. Dale Davis on Shaq. Jackson to help. The jumper is off, but A.C. Green follows it in.
Offensive rebounds. That's exactly what happens. You've got to block out, especially if you double-team Shaq, and you don't want to give A.C. Green easy scores.
Rick Smits over Shaq. Can't tie it. On the drive, floating one-hander, misses from here to Van Nuys. Dale Davis backing in on A.C. Green. His turnaround ties it at 2.
Well, Dale Davis got off to a nice start in Game 5, hit a couple jump shots, 15, 17-footers. That's more his game, power game.
Glenn Rice on Jalen Rose. Gives it up to Green. Only 5 seconds to shoot. Here's O'Neal with 3 seconds. It'll still be Laker ball. A.C. Green was there again on the offensive glass.
You know, I talked to the Pacers yesterday, especially Reggie Miller, and he said the guards have to rebound. When they're double teaming, that leaves A.C. Green going right to the baskets, Bob. Somebody's got to pick him up because his man is in the double team.
Harper to throw it in. Rice, quick catch and shoot. And he hits the 3. He's now 10 of 17 from beyond the arc in this series.
And you can see Kobe Bryant really up the floor applying defensive pressure, trying to disrupt the rhythm of the Pacers on offense.
Jalen Rose. Got it.
And a big sigh of relief just went through Conseco Fieldhouse. I know there's a lot of fans back there, and they're concerned, would we be able to make shots tonight? Well, that's a big, big sign for them for Rose to bury that jumper.
In Game 5 in Indiana, the Pacers shot a better percentage on 3-pointers than the Lakers shot on 2-pointers. Here's Kobe Bryant forcing a shot, but it winds up like a perfect pass as Shaq slams it down.
So far, there's 7 points here off second shots.
Mark Jackson. And the game's first whistle. Kobe Bryant has that who me look, but it is in fact him, his first.
You know, you don't always have to be the primary target to be able to score, and Shaquille O'Neal is so tough to block out. Nobody right there with him as he goes up and powers it in the basket. You want to take those away from him to start the game.
Rick Smits misses the hook.
He can take his time, Bob. He's got A.C. Green on him. He doesn't need to be in a hurry. Shaq is guarding Dale Davis.
A.C. Green brought the dribble up and then lost it. Here's Reggie Miller firing a 3. Pops out. Ball loose and Bryant takes it. Kobe with the stutter step move, but misses the layup. Now it's Shaq on Smits. Deals it out to Dale Davis. And Hugh Evans says stay right here. Number 1 on A.C. Green. Reggie into the lane with the floater.
Nice execution. He curled off of the screen set by Shaquille O'Neal's man, and Shaq does not step up. He's got to step up there, force Reggie to be a passer.
Bryant against Reggie Miller. Cans the jumper.
You know that Kobe Bryant's going to bounce back, Bob. He's not going to have a 4 for 20 tonight. The big thing is he doesn't get himself too excited too early in the game.
Smith screens for Miller. His baseline jumper won't go. Dale Davis is there. Tied again at 9. AC Green on the drive. Can't finish it. Dale Davis from Mark Jackson. The fake on Shaq and the stuff.
Now this is a great start by Indiana. They're in a very good rhythm. Dale Davis has got 6 quick points. Reggie's got a little curling shot in the lane. Rose has hit a 3. They're off to a very nice start. Now that's what Larry Bird likes to see with this team. Good first quarter.
Kobe Bryant again backing in on Miller. His turnaround won't go. Shaq has it. His jumper. Kobe trying to keep it alive. Still Laker ball. Now this is what has to frustrate Larry Bird. After the timeout, the Lakers inbound. O'Neal in the lane, hits the hook.
That's great post position. When he gets it that deep, there's nothing you can do about it. Dale Davis just does not have the size to bother him. He does have the strength, but just doesn't have the size.
Shaq's second basket ties it at 11. Jalen Rose almost lost his footing. Gets it to Jackson, takes a return. Now it's Smits. 5 seconds to shoot. It's Dale Davis. Rice with the rebound. O'Neal, another hook. This one's short. Smits clears it to Rose. He lobs it underneath, but it's broken up, and Rice has it for LA. Ron Harper.
LA's a team that picks and chooses when they want to run. They don't want to get the tempo too high. They know that plays into Indiana and their ability to shoot, and then they forget about Shaq inside, so they'll pick and choose their spots.
Smits.
That's all he has to do is just take his time. That was a very good entry pass away from the defense. So when Smits caught it, he was in a nice rhythm to just turn and shoot the basketball.
Glenn Rice. Would have been a 2. Knocked out of bounds, and again, the Lakers retain possession. Whistle off the inbound.
That's a 2-shot foul, Bob. The reason is because the ball was not inbounded yet. So when Glenn Rice made his cut and Rose grabs him right here, he's going to cut to the basket. Rose is on the wrong side. The ball is not inbounded, so even though you're not in the penalty, you'll shoot 2 free throws here.
Here is Rice. A lot of questions surrounding him. Even if he wins his first NBA title ring, and this is 11th year in the league, he might not wear purple and gold next season. Davis rebounds. Mark Jackson out to Smits. Now he takes a return. Smits in the paint with the jumper. Rice lost it to Davis, who puts it down emphatically.
Who is very active on those boards. See, Shaq came over that time just to help just enough to where it freed Dale Davis up to go to the offensive boards. Now, Bob, we've scored, 29 points in the game, and half of them have been scored on second chance points. 10 by the Lakers, 4 by Indiana. It's exactly what we talked about. Tight shooting, extra shots, give you second chance points.
O'Neal got it deep, but couldn't finish it. driving on Bryant. Switch to the right hand.
Well, Indiana just playing with such great confidence. Larry Bird has to be very excited right now. They have taken that confidence from Indiana, and they have brought it here to California to get started.
And as O'Neal makes the catch, there's a whistle for an Indiana foul. Looks like it's Smits.
Indiana loves to go to Smits early, and you can see Dale Davis here. He knocks the ball loose from Glenn Rice. Rice wanted to foul, no call. The powerful finish, and Jalen Rose, now remember, he's a left-handed player. He drives the ball baseline and is able to finish nicely with that offhand.
Gorgeous move by Jalen Rose. Lakers inbound after the foul. Only 5 on the shot clock. Rice glancing up at it. He lets it go and hits it.
When that clock is winding down, Jalen Rose has got to make him dribble the basketball. He's a catch-and-shoot player. You got to make him put it on the floor.
Tied at 17. And it stays that way as Smits misses. He's got it back. And goes 0 for 2 on this trip. Harper took it right down the middle and missed it. And a foul on the rebound.
When you run back on defense, you must turn and locate the basketball. And everybody was running to their men, and the lane just opened up, and Harper had a wide open shot. He just missed it. But Bob, everybody had their back turned to the ball.
Dale Davis committed the foul on the rebound, his first. Knocked away from Kobe by Reggie Miller. Now it's a foot race, and Reggie wins it.
The last thing you want to do is give Reggie Miller easy baskets here when he has struggled all year to make shots. Layups and free throws get shooters going.
Harper behind O'Neal's screen, way off with it. Pacers with the lead and the ball.
Now Kobe Bryant is really helping off Mark Jackson. He'll be open here for a 3 if Rose will penetrate.
Rose backing in, bumps off Harper, but it's the offensive foul on Jalen Rose. Of course, you would have expected Indiana to win the rebound battle in Game 5 because they shot 57%. There were just fewer defensive rebounds there for the Lakers to pick up. Since Jalen Rose picked up his second foul prior to the timeout, he sits, and Derek McKee is in for the Pacers. Robert Horry on the floor for the first time. That's him with the basketball for L.A. Swing into Kobe for 3.
That's excellent ball movement out of the double team. Now remember, Robert Horry, when he comes in the game, looks to give them more offense than AC Green. He's also a good shot blocker, so he will help their offense now that he's in the game.
Derek McKee out to Smits. Shaq follows him out there. Here's Mark Jackson looking for McKee, who's guarded by Rice. 4 on the shot clock. McKee into the paint. Doesn't get the bounce, and O'Neal does get the rebound. Kobe again. Even with that miss, the Lakers are 3 of 5 on 3-pointers so far. That's Pacer-like. Here's Reggie. His 3. That's Reggie-like.
Well, when you give a guy layups, that's what I talked about before. He gets very, very confident, and Reggie Miller almost stepped out of bounds here, Bob. He was right in front of us, and when he took that step back, he was very close to being out of bounds.
When he's got it going, he could hit it from about row 3 if they'd let him. O'Neal, double-teamed, scores anyway.
Just a little extra power there. He just turned into Smith, gave him a little bump, and then the nice rhythm play by Shaquille. He is absolutely so dominant in there, they have no answers for him.
Here's Smits against Shaq, who blocked it. Into the hands of Rice. O'Neal on the wing, pulls up for the jumper. Might have gotten a little carried away there.
Yeah, he did it. Your 7'3" center running the wing looking for a little bank shot.
Dale Davis backing in on Rice, and a whistle.
Reggie Reggie Miller does such a great job of coming off screens. He slips picks, he reads screens. Harper goes over the high side, and when he steps back with that left foot, he was so very close to stepping out of bounds. Watch here his left foot, but look how close he was to stepping out of bounds there. And Reggie is at the master of doing that little scissor kick and shooting the basketball.
After Glenn Rice's first foul, Dale Davis misses the first free throw. Smith's out, Perkins in for the Pacers. Inside a minute to play in the first. Kobe Bryant showed Reggie Miller a little bit of everything and then drilled the jumper.
Well, you knew he wasn't going to have another 4 for 20 night. He is so confident. Ahmad talked about that before the game, and he's come out early and really looked to be offensive-minded.
Sam Perkins. Shaq again comes out on him. Jackson a long three. McKee got a piece of the rebound, but it winds up in Horry's hands. Last shot should belong to the Lakers. O'Neal to Kobe. 3 seconds, 2 as he turns and fires. Up and over the glass as the horn sounds.
I think they're going to put a little more time back on the clock, probably 0.3 of a second here. The ball hit the clock and then it went off, so I think they're going to add a little bit more time here.
They actually put 0.6 on the clock as Austin Crozier comes in for the Pacers. Dale Davis out.
Now with 0.6 you can still catch and shoot. At 3 it has to be a lob. So if you catch it here quickly and let it go, the shot will still count.
Perkins to trigger it in. Jackson turns, fires, and hits! If you're the sort who believes in omens, mark that one down. The Pacers lead after one, 26-24.
Question I have is, why are they playing behind him defensively? Kobe just lets him catch the basketball. You got to get in front of him. And even though it's this kind of shot, this is what happens in some instances here with the long three-pointer.
If Indiana can clamp down on some of the Lakers' second chance points, they have a heck of a chance to win this game. Reggie off the screen for the pop. He thought he was fouled, doesn't get the call. Crozier tipped it to the side, and it went off Shaq's hands.
Now we've seen Austin Crozier come in and immediately be aggressive.
McKee had a bit of trouble getting it in. Finally found Jackson. Reggie trying to shake Brian Shaw and hits the running one-hander.
He loves those little floaters. We saw one in the first half where he got in the lane, the little painted area in the curl. That time the little running one-footer. Lakers got to establish Shaq inside, and somebody's going to have to start hitting some jump shots for them.
Will it be Robert Horry? No, he gives it up to O'Neal. He went for .1 rather than .2, establishing Shaq inside. They'll allow the perimeter game next time, maybe. Reggie on the move again. Drew the whistle and almost had a three-point play. It rimmed out. That's Shaw's first.
What they want to do is they want to push Reggie left every time he catches it and run a defender at him. Reggie understands that. He sees the defense coming, so he pulls up and shoots it before they can get there. Again, they're going to force him to his left, and there's a little bump by Shaw. Reggie now going to the free throw line, so going inside, outside. He's hit a 3, hit a layup, a couple floaters now at the free throw line. Right now, he's in a very good offensive rhythm.
He has missed only one foul shot in the finals. At one point in the playoffs, he made 44 straight. Indiana by 4.
Now, we saw Tiger Woods yesterday hitting that golf ball and the sound that it comes off that club. Well, you know what? Reggie's got that same sound as a shooter. That ball hits that net, that swish. That's music to a shooter's ears.
Horry against Crozier. In the paint for Shaq. Jump hook short. Rebound Perkins.
They're really going at Brian Shaw here now. If Reggie drives middle, be aware of Mark Jackson. He's going to be open.
An illegal defense is called against the Lakers.
Bob, you can see what they're doing. Regardless of where Reggie catches the ball, they're pushing him to his left because they want him to pull up, and then when he goes up with his right hand, they can cover him a little bit on his shot. They don't want him to ever drive right because he can also finish and get to the basket that way.
Here's Mark Jackson trying to slide inside, but Bryant cut him off. McKee, good look at a three. Derek McKee.
Derek McKee is a very reluctant shooter, but he's come out tonight. He's posted. He's hit the three. Lakers are going to have to talk about this right now. Phil Jackson cannot be very happy with what he's seeing. Indiana is in a great rhythm offensively.
A lot of visiting teams say that Staples Center, which is a new building, first year for it, is a very difficult place to shoot. It's kind of cavernous compared to other buildings around the league, and the shooting background can be tricky. That certainly was true of the Pacers the first two games of this series and when they played here during the regular season. But now, as you see Crozier hit one and then Jalen Rose, they're 6 of 9 on threes in this game, and they're shooting 53% overall. And here's Sam Perkins. Ahmad Rashad told us during the commercial that he watched Sam shoot threes in warm-ups, and he made 19 of 21.
See, the very difficult chance here for the Lakers defensively, Bob, is this. They're used to playing teams in the playoffs that are power-oriented teams. They do a lot of posting up. Indiana doesn't play that way. They don't post. They space you, they penetrate, and they shoot threes. And the Lakers are struggling right now adjusting to that.
Kobe Bryant back in. Look at Perkins open for three. It's almost automatic.
But again, they go to that high screen roll with Best and Shaquille O'Neal defensively. And when he helps on Best, Sam Perkins just rolls out and shoots the jump shot.
Indiana by 12. O'Neal cuts into it a bit. He scored 14. Because of an Arena Football League game in this building yesterday, the Pacers couldn't practice at Staples Center. They had to go out to the Lakers Training Center in El Segundo. Larry Bird was upset about that because he wanted additional practice against this shooting background. That shot is rejected. Here comes Fisher, the lob to Shaq, gathers it in and scores.
Now, how good is that? The big man running the floor. Fisher realizes just keep it in the building and Shaq will catch it. He catches it and goes up with a strong finish. That's what they need to electrify this crowd right now. This crowd getting a little nervous here with all this three-point shooting.
And now Perkins' pass, intended for Crozier, winds up out of bounds.
Now, if you're Larry Bird, you've got to use your timeouts very wisely. It's a great player sometimes. You think you can play through it. Sometimes your team needs a timeout.
Rick Fox on the move. A little behind the back flip to O'Neal, who can't finish it. Fox had it knocked away, and there's a foul.
Robert Horry comes over and gives a little shot block. Fisher's going to push it ahead, and who's leading the way on the left wing? None other than Shaquille O'Neal. This man works so hard on both ends. Here's Shaquille O'Neal now on the shot block. He's going to go. This man works so hard. Look at him run the wing. Sam Perkins is back, but there is no answer for that kind of finish from Shaquille O'Neal.
Foul was on Travis Best. The shooter is Rick Fox, who passed up a much larger offer from the Cleveland Cavaliers to come play for the Lakers, to pursue a title and to pursue an acting career in L.A. He once dated Tyra Banks. He's now married to Vanessa Williams. So obviously the NBA is not the only major league in which he's played.
All right, now, Bob, as we get into the strategy, Dale Davis is in the game. Shaquille O'Neal does not have to guard him, so watch him floating around. Any penetration, he'll be back there for shot blocking.
Lakers have cut a 12-point deficit in half. Indy by 6. Rose had it knocked away, recovers it. 4 seconds to shoot. Crozier will. The rebound to Kobe Bryant, and here come the Lakers. His pass intended for Horry. Out of bounds. There was contact but no foul, and on the turnover, the Pacers get it.
Kobe Bryant thought he saw a man open, but at the last moment, Austin Crozier steps in. Actually, it could have been a foul on Robert Horry there. The ball goes loose, and the Pacers will have it.
Rose bumped by Fox, no call. Rose stumbles out near midcourt. Now O'Neal's got him on a switch. Davis takes it down the middle and finds Crozier.
See, Dale Davis can do that. Larry Bird has said many times he likes him catching that ball, one power dribble and making a play. That was a nice play that time by Davis.
The lead back to 8. Robert Horry to Shaq, and it's 6 again. 18 points for O'Neal.
Well, you can see his energy. He's waving to the crowd. Let's go. He's trying to uplift his team.
Everybody up at the Staples Center. Knocked away from Crozier. Still Indiana ball from in front of their own bench.
Indiana must maintain their poise. The crowd is in it. Shaquille O'Neal is playing well. They've got to maintain their poise and execute.
Jalen Rose for 3. Can't quiet the crowd. Horry takes it ahead for Fox. Rose broke it up. And it went off Fox's fingertips. Indiana ball.
And the Laker coaching staff not happy with that play. I saw Phil Jackson, Tex Winter, Jimmy Clemens looking at Robert Horry, say, we don't need that pass. We're trying to get back in the game here.
Rose over Horry.
He's such a tough cover because he can shoot the ball. He's got a quick step. He can get inside. He can shoot free throws. Playing magnificent basketball.
Kobe Bryant on the drive into traffic. There was a whistle, but it's simply Laker ball from under the bucket.
There's Robert Horry, the one-hand baseball pass that goes out of bounds that Phil Jackson and his staff are not happy with. And what it leads to is 2 points off the turnover as Jalen Rose steps back and buries that jump shot.
Meanwhile, officials Joe Crawford and Hugh Evans conferred. There was a thought there might have been a foul there, but it's just Laker ball out of bounds. Shaq misses on the bank, and Miller rebounds.
Gonna go back to Jalen Rose once again.
The jumper over Fox. Way off. Fox bothered the shot. Good defense for him. Robert Horry driving on Rose. Crozier set up and took the charge.
And he took a knee right in the chest. That had to really hurt. Bob, I watched there as Horry went up. He got that knee out just to protect himself. When he did, right in the ribs and chest of Austin Crozier. This really hurts. Now watch Horry here, not on purpose, but watch him stick that knee out right there, right in the chest. And that will knock the wind out of him. But a very courageous play by Crozier to step in and take that play like that.
Timeout with 3:08 to play in the first half. Indiana by 8. Austin Crozier took a shot, but after the timeout, he remains in the game. Jackson brings the dribble to the front court. Here's Reggie Miller. Harper out on him. Jalen Rose curls into the lane, and even though Shaq confronted him, he scores.
You can see what's happened, though. They're trying to get Shaq involved, making him come out and play. When you curl in that lane, force him to step up.
Rose has a dozen.
Rose has got to stay away from his third foul here. Larry Bird's got to be very smart here. He does not want him to pick up his third.
O'Neal finds Harper. He juggles it, gets it out to Rice. The fake and the jumper is good. It's a two-pointer.
They need Glenn Rice to get going here. Right now, Indiana's sending 2-3 guys at Shaq. They're going to have to make some jump shots, Bob.
Here's Reggie. A little daylight, but he can't hit it. Lakers down by 8. Kobe Bryant with the double pump. He was fouled, and he'll come to the line for the first time since the first game of this series. Between them, Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant have attempted nearly 30 shots in this first half, and this is the first time that either of them will shoot a free throw.
I spoke to Kobe yesterday, and I said, Kobe, you took 47 shots in the last 2 games and did not get to the free throw line. You throw in tonight, Bob. He'd taken 56 shots, 112 minutes since he's taken his last free throw. Now, here's a guy who took 12 in Game 7 versus Portland. So here's a guy who slashes and cuts, but has not been able to get to that free throw line. And you can see right here, 47 in the last 2 games. Game 2 now, remember he only played 9 minutes. But in Game 1, 13 field goal attempts, only to 2 free throws. And that's a big part of his game because he's not a high percentage shooter unless he can slash and cut and get in that lane now where you can open up some areas for him.
Well, he didn't forget how. He made them both. Now he's hounding Jackson. Here's Austin Crozier, guarded by Horry, fires a three over him, missed it rather badly. Rebound Bryant.
Lakers looking for a big finish here at the half. They've been outplayed, but a couple baskets and they're right in the game where they want to be.
Bryant backing in on Reggie Miller. Slings it out to Harper. Wide open three. Rims out. And into the arms of Crozier.
And here's where Mark Jackson has to use some poise. They got to go to either Jalen Rose or Reggie Miller. Those are their two guys.
It'll be Miller on the move. Outside to Crozier. Corner three. Got it.
This guy is playing unbelievably great basketball. Great confidence. His energy level. What he brings them off the bench. Can shoot the ball. Gets to the free throw line. What a bright future.
10 points in the first half for Crozier, who's averaging better than 15 a game in this series. O'Neal inside, whistle before the shot.
When you force a guy to the outside of the floor and he gets to the basket, Shaq has to come over and help, as does Horry. Now, Horry's guarding Crozier. He's got to stay at home. Let Shaq be the guy who blocks shots. Now, Jalen Rose going out of the game here, a very smart substitution as we see Crozier here pointing to Reggie Miller. Sometimes you can create shots for people just by getting in the lane, and that's what Reggie did. But Jalen Rose has sat down, a very good substitution. With 57 seconds to go, you do not want him to pick up that third foul. Now Sam Perkins has come in. They'll run a quick play for him to shoot a three and a 2-for-1. Shaq's got to stay with him now.
Kobe Bryant took it away from Mark Jackson. Now Jackson's alone with him, and Kobe can't score. Ball knocked away, and O'Neal makes sure.
Kobe's very upset. He feels like he's getting hit as he goes to the basket and cannot get to the free throw line. Big turnover there for Indiana.
Sam Perkins, Mark Jackson. O'Neal is on him on a switch. He goes to the corner for Crozier, and his pass is taken away by Ron Harper.
Tried to throw the ball over his shoulder, but Bob, in this kind of situation, you got to make the simple play. A Lakers score here would be huge going in at halftime.
Especially if it's a three, which it is by Kobe Bryant. And even though the Pacers did next to everything right in the first half, with a late spurt, the Lakers trail by only 3. Pacer ball as the third quarter starts. They lead by 3. Nobody's in foul trouble. No one has more than 2 fouls for either team. Kobe and Shaq with 1 each. Smits, prone to foul trouble for Indiana, also has but 1. Here's Reggie Miller. First shot of the second half. Bounds away, and Kobe Bryant takes it.
Can the Lakers keep up with the momentum that they finished the half with? It's very important now for the Indiana Pacers. They've got to set their half-court defense right now.
Kobe slithers through and brings the Lakers to within 1.
Well, he did not have a good shooting first half. He was very aggressive. He's now 5 of 13 from the floor. Shaq 10 of 19. So those two guys have already combined for 35 of the 55 points.
Jalen Rose. And the Pacers get a bit of breathing room.
We always talk about your stars setting the tempo. We see Kobe come out and make the nice play for the Lakers. You've already seen Reggie Miller get a jump shot, although he did not make it, and then Rose follows it up with the jumper. These coaches know those are the guys that will set the tone for their teams.
Kobe again. Not this time. Phil Jackson was talking about Kobe Bryant and the early comparisons of Kobe to Michael Jordan at halftime. Perhaps you saw the piece as Jackson gets through and scores. One big difference, according to Jackson, though, is that Kobe, for all his gifts, does not have the outsized hands of a Michael Jordan or a Julius Erving. He can't really palm the ball and hold it out like a baseball and make ball fakes, extend his arm fully with it. That limits some of what he's able to do. Thank heavens for the rest of the league, because he can do just about everything else. Here he is backing in on Miller. Turning, spinning, shooting. And it's short.
Well, interesting. He's taken the first 3 shots of the third quarter for the Lakers. Shaq has not touched the ball.
Jalen Rose finds Dale Davis.
Good start here for Indiana, and Phil Jackson cannot like this. This is exactly the way the game started for the Lakers. They dug themselves a hole.
Faces in the crowd at the Staples Center for Game 6 include Mel Gibson, Helen Hunt, a Staples Center staple, Dustin Hoffman, he's a regular here, Michelle Kwan, Steven Spielberg, Salma Hayek, and Ed Norton. Great actor, but every time I hear Ed Norton, I think it should be Art Carney. Matthew Perry is here. Will Smith. David Stern. Whoopi Goldberg. And of course, the honor of appearing last goes to Jack Nicholson. At an NBA game, I guess David Stern gets to rub shoulders and be in the same celebrity package as Will Smith and Jack Nicholson and Salma Hayek.
Well, those celebrities
it's his league.
Like to see a little Laker defense right now. The defense right now for the Lakers, not what they have had during the course of the season, and the Pacers are really finding their way. Now, when you have to struggle, what do? You go into Shaquille O'Neal. Remember, Kobe had taken the first 3 shots of the third period. Phil took a timeout and said, look, let's go inside to Shaquille, and he scores.
He's got 23. Reggie comes off the screen, returns Jackson for 3. Short, and it bounces to Harper.
Go back to Shaq. You've got to get the ball inside.
Kobe Bryant up in the air, dumps it off to Harper for the turnaround, and the rebound belongs to Mark Jackson, looking to push it up the floor. Jalen Rose thinking about a 3. Off the dribble against Rice. Playing with him a little bit.
Well, mismatch here, Davis on Kobe.
Finally, it's Reggie, wide open.
See what happens with the Pacers when they find a mismatch. There was a double team. You get in the rotation. They ran at Rick Smith, and who did they leave open? Reggie Miller.
The three-pointer gives him 14, and more importantly, his team an 8-point lead. O'Neal, how about the catch?
And a great pass by Ron Harper. He threw it away from the defender so that all that Shaquille had to do was catch it and lay it in the basket. That was a great play by both guys.
But he had to lay it in off his right shoulder with his back to the basket. Miller again. Good again.
They do such a good job of screening, Bob. If you try to come up through the middle of the screen, they slide up and let Reggie just fade down to the corner. He uses those screens beautifully.
Does anybody in the West play anything like Indiana's scheme?
No, and the Lakers are struggling trying to corral them defensively. They're used to post-ups and defending low post. They're not seeing that. It's a spread, catch and shoot from 3.
Ron Harper sliding through. Dale Davis got a piece of it, but the basket will count. Goaltending.
Ron Harper with the little flipper, and there's Dale Davis coming over. That's a good call. You can hear the crowd here, Bob, just chanting for some defense, recognizing Indiana once again off to a big third period.
Jalen Rose. AC Green protects it, then gives it up to Kobe Bryant. Kobe, open for 3. AC Green is on the offensive glass. And O'Neal is fouled.
Now that's a good foul by Rick Smith. You do not want O'Neal to lay that ball in the basket. Smith is out of foul trouble, so you want to take that foul. But Shaquille O'Neal, once he gets the ball, he loves to be able to catch in there, reverse, and shoot that ball off the backboard, the little soft shooting touch. And the next time he gets in the middle of the lane, look how Harper throws it away from the defense, and the soft catch and finish by Shaquille. So the power, and there the soft touch.
You know, the Pacers have nobody in foul trouble, as we noted earlier. Depending upon how this game goes, Shaquille O'Neal could spend a lot of time at the free throw line in the 4th quarter.
Well, again, when he misses, and we've seen it throughout the year, he gets very flat. He does not get much extension. More importantly, his knees stay very stiff. Let's see that if he gets some flexion in those knees and softens that shot up a little bit.
Phil Jackson told me yesterday there's nothing wrong with O'Neal's dedication. He practices free throws by the hundreds for hours, but he's practicing a flawed technique. And until he grasps the idea that he's got to change the very way in which he shoots them, no amount of practice is going to make him a good free throw shooter.
That's very good. And, you know, you're right. I mean, 2 wrongs will make a right occasionally, but Reggie Miller steps back. But on the whole, you have to have good form if you're going to be a consistent free throw shooter, and Shaq just does not have that right now.
Glenn Rice, tough shot. He hit it.
I think he can do more of that. He's a good low post player. He's got 11 points in the game on only 5 shots.
The crowd is alive at the Staples Center. Reggie Miller with the fake. Smits with the offensive rebound. Jackson on the move. Blocked by Bryant, but a foul. Mark Jackson, Chris Mullin's teammate on great St. John's teams for Lou Carnesecca more than a decade ago. Hits the first of 2.
I think the Lakers got to keep going back through Shaquille O'Neal. He's catching that ball down the block. Catch it down there and then play out of what he wants to do down there with it.
O'Neal over Davis. AC Green got a piece of it, but Smits controls it.
Now, Rick Smits has been very quiet on the offensive end, but he's done a nice job. He's gotten a couple rebounds. Normally not a very good rebounder. Only 1 of 7 shooting the ball.
Dale Davis a bit outside his range, but he drills it.
Yeah, but see, he's shooting the ball well. He got inside, Bob. That's his 6th field goal in the game already on only 7 shots. So you don't expect that kind of offense. The Lakers can't be pleased with giving him 13 points.
Kobe Bryant got into the paint and finished. He has 16. After a 4 for 20 disaster in Game 5. Chance of defense drowning out the whistle blown by Joe Crawford. Number 1 on Ron Harper.
Kobe, one of the best one-on-one players in the league, and he has the ability to get in, and he also has that little medium-range jump shot. He can pull up and take the little jumper rather than go all the way, and that time he's able to get it down.
Davis with the up fake and a 3-second violation on the Pacers.
What I've really seen defensively in this quarter by the Lakers, they're really working hard, sending Rose and Miller off screens, but more importantly, Kobe is guarding Jackson at the top, and he is going right to the pass, forcing those guys to give the ball up.
Harper was bumped by Jackson. Number 1 on Mark. Larry Bird's last appearance in the finals as a player ended with a Game 6 defeat in Los Angeles. That was 1987. He hopes the same isn't true of his career as a coach. Kobe Bryant. Out to Harper. Now AC Green from the baseline.
Shots. AC Green with a big one there.
He scored only 4, but the Lakers are within 4. Jalen Rose. Shaq takes it and waits for the crowd to clear. Rose all over Rice. Smits trying to handle Shaq. The miss, and Davis clears the boards. Cross-court pass intercepted by AC Green, who is then immediately fouled by Mark Jackson.
Well, 2 nice plays in a row now by AC Green. He hits a little jumper, then he steps in the passing lane and gets the steal. It's a bad play by Reggie. Hold on to that basketball. Got a 4-point lead. Remember now, the Lakers got 14 points off of turnovers in that first half. The Pacers have been known to turn the ball over, and that's how the Lakers have hurt them in a couple of their wins.
4 minutes left in the third. Rice for 3. He continues to sizzle from downtown. is a one-point game. 14 points for Rice. The Lakers on a 7-0 run. The Lakers last led with a second to go in the first quarter, just before Mark Jackson's wild three-point shot gave Indiana the lead. A lead they haven't relinquished, but now it's been trimmed to 1.
Well, you can see the Lakers' big three tonight, 55 of the 70 points. That's how they've won all season long, with those three guys delivering. The guy tonight that's really helped out has been Glenn Rice. Now, poise, if you're Indiana, not so many outside jumpers. Get inside, get to the foul line.
Smith misses the hook. Ball loose. Harper wins the race for it. Kobe Bryant for the lead, which still belongs to Indiana.
So, Bob, I think that right now the Pacers are living with a lot of outside jump shots. They've got to catch and dribble, penetrate. The shot will be there for them.
Jalen Rose. That was from the outside, but they'll take it if it works.
And again, they've done everything they can now to stem that tide. Every time the Lakers have had a chance to take the lead, they've come back with a basket.
Glenn Rice on the move. He's belted and will come to the free throw line.
How about if you're Indiana, you got Jalen Rose coming out one side, Reggie the other. If you're Mark Jackson, you pick and choose. That time he goes to Jalen Rose, and then Glenn Rice, who's very aggressive, goes to the basket and gets to the free throw line. He has 14 for the game. More importantly, putting the pressure on the Pacer defense.
The foul was number 3 on Smits. Rice misses the first free throw. He's hit 5 of 6 from the floor, including, as you see, all 3 from beyond the arc. Misses them both.
Well, this is a guy who's an 80-plus career free throw shooter. To step up there, you're trying to get back to the lead. This could be a big break if the Pacers score. Go back up 5 or 6 points.
Well, that's a way to chill a run. Dale Davis out to Jackson, long 3. Well, quite a turn of events.
We have to remember that sequence. Now they had a chance to go up. Kobe missed a shot, 5 points. He misses 2 free throws. Rice, that's a big swing.
Harper, what a tough hoop that was.
He's got 8 assists for the game, 5 in this quarter. So Ron Harper doing the little things that we've always seen from him. More importantly, guarding Reggie Miller right now, trying to slow him up.
Dale Davis with a great pass to Reggie Miller, who finishes it with a twisting bank shot, and they tack on the foul.
I watched that whole sequence. Reggie Miller never stopped moving off the screen. If you ever want to watch a guy work and work and work, just watch Reggie here. Running the baseline, Harper chasing him, continuing to move, looking to curl. Comes back out this side, then he works against the vision. A great catch and shoot by Reggie there, an opportunity for a three-point play. And see, Larry Bird's got to love that, because Larry Bird was one of those guys who was in continual motion all the time. These are big baskets as the Pacers are trying to keep the Lakers from being able to take the lead here from them.
3-point play. LA got to within 1. Now the Pacers are back in front by 7. Shaq, a little off balance, and it rattles out. Loose ball foul, though, and it will go against Indiana.
Remember now the runs at the end of quarters, Bob. Can the Lakers close this down like they did the half?
Jalen Rose, and a foul as he makes his move. It's number 2 on Glenn Rice. Austin Crozier's going to come into the game now for Indiana, replacing Dale Davis, who goes out with 3 fouls.
See, Larry Bird would like to keep him having 3 fouls in that fourth quarter. A lot of what you talked about, Bob, possibly Hack-a-Shack in that fourth period. And he's their most physical defender and best rebounder.
Jalen Rose at the free throw line. His high school team in Detroit had 3 guys who are now in the NBA. Rose, Howard Eisley, who's with the Jazz, and Vashawn Leonard of the Heat. What kind of high school team is that with 3 future NBA guys on it? They must have been a terror at Southwestern High in Detroit. He gets 1 of 2, and it's a 6-point difference. AC Green has gone out. Robert Horry is in for the Lakers. Kobe Bryant, double team, looking for help, forces up the fadeaway, makes it. My gosh.
What a shot. Not only did he lose control of the ball, he was actually trapped there. And you talk about confidence. Now, he has not shot the ball well tonight, but he knows that clock is winding down. Look at it. He's buried. No place to go. The ball is knocked loose. Picks it up. The foul on the wrist. The concentration, the opportunity for the three-point play. If he makes this, it'll be a 3-point game. Another big swing at the end of quarters, the end of halves that we always talk about that are so vital in championship games. So that's 3 free throws, 2 by Rice and 1 by Kobe that's been missed here.
I think the last time someone said "my gosh" on television, it was Arthur Godfrey. Mark Jackson can't quite hit it. Spilled off the lip of the rim into the hands of Kobe Bryant. Kobe into traffic, hands it to O'Neal. Count the basket plus the foul.
What the Lakers are able to do with Kobe Bryant, he is their point guard. And when you get your defense locked into their triangle, they break it, and he is allowed to go one-on-one, and he creates. This is when the Lakers are very scary. Indiana's done a nice job of defending their set plays, but Kobe's one-on-one play has really broken down their defense.
The foul was on Smits, who had only 1 foul at halftime, but has picked up 3 in this quarter, and now 6. Perkins in to replace him. And O'Neal makes it a 1-point game again.
I think it's important for Indiana to go in with a lead. They have not lost the lead. To go into that 4th period with a lead, can they find a way to get a score?
Reggie Miller fouled from behind by Kobe Bryant. And that's an automatic 2 points, just about.
The Laker bench very upset at Kobe because Reggie Miller is the best in the league. Now watch him here as he pump fakes. Now watch him kick himself out. He feels Kobe behind him and just sort of throws himself in there. That's what you have to do. You have to create the contact. Don't avoid it. Create it, especially when you shoot 92% from the line.
And he's been better than that in these finals. After he shoots, the Lakers can get a 2-for-1. 36 seconds remaining in the quarter.
And they have a set play they like to run with Kobe penetrating, and they love to spot Glenn Rice up in that corner. Remember at the end of the half in game 3, he hit a big 3, so they have to really pay attention to Rice.
Reggie backed away because the net was tangled, and he wants everything just so. Nothing to upset his routine. Here's Rice with Miller on him. O'Neal. Perkins playing the D. Rice fakes the 3, returns it to Shaq. Jump hook. Too hard. Horry with the tip, but he doesn't get it. Perkins being hounded, protects the ball, and gets rid of it to Jackson. Now Indiana will hold for the last one. Jalen Rose with a turnaround. And he hits it with 0.4 of a second remaining. The Lakers' average yield for a game during the season was about 93 points. They're on pace to give the Pacers 112 in this one, after yielding 120 in Game 5. Kobe Bryant. It's long, and Perkins has it. Jalen Rose was fouled. And let's check with Jim Gray.
All right, Bob, in between quarters, Larry Bird told his team, hey, we've been trying to take it one game at a time. You don't come back from down 3-1 and win 3 games. One game at a time, and doing that, it's one quarter at a time. He said, we have won every quarter tonight. Now all we have to do is win this last quarter. Bob?
Jim thanks. The foul was on Derek Fisher as first. And it's still a 5-point game. Rose walking away to gather himself. Jackson and Miller on the bench for now, but not for long.
What you've seen when Sam Perkins comes into the game, you see any time that Shaquille O'Neal's guarding him, they automatically go to a screen roll with him, forcing Shaq to try to help. That's how Perkins gets 3-point shots. This last possession, we saw it again. Shaq didn't help. Rose got all the way inside and got to the free throw line. Bob, now they've got to convert these free throws. Remember, they're the best free throw shooting team in the NBA.
That one gives Rose an even 20 points. Robert Horry looking for O'Neal. It brings it outside to Fisher for 3.
Remember Portland Game 7. Fisher hits a big one. Shaw hits 3 big threes in that period. They're going to need other guys to step up to make some shots tonight.
Jalen Rose on the move. Couldn't quite hit it. And Kobe walks a tightrope to gather it in on the baseline. O'Neal spinning and scoring +1.
I thought he was going to shoot the ball. He palmed it. He palmed it and then got the foul and shot it. Somebody's going to have to make some jump shots. Derek Fisher pulls up and makes it a 3-point game. Now this is a great play. You talk about the hands of Michael Jordan. Watch this. He palms the ball, gets fouled, and then shoots it. Those big hands came into great use right there. Now if he makes this, they have finally evened this game up. They still can't quite tie it up. Can the Pacers answer here, Bob, and stay in the lead?
The field goal gave Shaq 30 points. He scored 30 or more every game of the series. Jalen Rose, contact with Kobe Bryant. And the foul is on Bryant, his 4th.
Now you can see right now, Travis Best is going out of the game. Mark Jackson coming right back in. Travis just not himself with that shoulder. He's got to understand right now you're in a do-or-die situation. Bird has got to go to the healthy guy who's playing well. That is Mark Jackson.
Derek Fisher out. Brian Shaw in.
Now see, Fisher's just hit a 3, and you say, well, why is he going out? Because of defensive purposes. They got big guards out there, and Fisher can't guard the bigger guards.
Crozier looking for Rose. Fox over on the double team, and Rose threw it off his body just so that the Pacers could inbound it, and he could get some breathing room.
It's a game of matchups. You got to match up, especially defensively.
7 seconds to shoot. Rose into the lane, off balance, and he was fouled.
See, now they've had 2 shots going to the basket, Bob, so they've taken 4 free throws in this quarter on 2 fouls. And what I mean by that is if you're Indiana, you want to get to that free throw line. So every time you shoot before you're in the penalty and you get to that line, these free throws are going to add up as this quarter goes on. And the Pacers want to get there as often as they can. See the free throws on the evening. Once again, 82%. The Lakers under 60.
Jalen Rose went from 6th man to starter this year, taking Chris Mullin's spot in the starting lineup, and was voted the NBA's most improved player for the year 2000. His free throws make it a 3-point difference. Kobe hands it inside to O'Neal, and he will have another chance to tie the game.
How long will Reggie Miller stay on the bench? Derek McKee's on the floor. He's a good defender, but they're going to need some offense here to finish this game. Speaking of the Pacers, it can't just be Jalen Rose.
guarding Rose. Here's Crozier out of the corner for three.
What about the confidence this guy's playing with? Shaq gets caught on a switch, and what's he do? He runs as far away from as he can, spots up to the three-point line. Pacers back up by 4. Reggie's getting ready to check back in.
Crozier has scored 13. Horry tries to answer, and does.
One for 12 from the three-point line going into tonight's game. Almost the same shot he hit against Portland late in that game when they needed it in Game 7.
Jalen Rose curls in. He's stripped. Shaw's got it. It's a 2-on-1 break. Kobe Bryant flips it to Shaq, who is belted, and the shot goes down. So does Shaq, and he's clutching his left knee. He seems to be saying, just give me a second. The photographers are all along the baseline there. And let's watch how the collision took place.
What just wonderful catch and finish now by Shaquille O'Neal off the glass. And he looked like he just fell hard to his knee. And the collective breath of Los Angeles takes a deep sigh of relief as Shaq gets up. You see he goes down. Bob, this guy works so hard, night in and night out for his team.
Still can't hit a free throw, but the Lakers have the lead for the first time since the last second of the first quarter. Austin Crozier gives it up to Jalen Rose. Into the lane he goes. In traffic, he tries a nearly impossible shot and misses it.
The Lakers score here. Bird's got to really use his timeouts wisely.
Rick Fox, Miller guarding him. He pumps up a three, and Larry Bird immediately says, let's talk it over.
Now, Fox is in the game defensively to play against Jalen Rose. Shaw on Miller. Smith's back in the game, only 1 of 8. Can he muster some offense for the Pacers?
Indiana playing from behind for the first time since the first quarter. Reggie, good look at a three. Overshot it badly, but Davis picks it up. Fakes Shaq off his feet and scores.
Well, he stuck with that one. Reggie had a wide open three, but Dale Davis a big second shot opportunity.
Kobe Bryant gives it up to Fox. Cross court Horry out of the corner for three.
It's amazing. The Lakers have not shot the ball well from the three-point line all season long, but they've shot it well at the most pressure-packed times.
It looked like an Indiana turnover, but before that, there's a Laker foul.
Well, Reggie tried to come off the screen, and they grabbed him so he could not get to the ball. It's going to be Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille reaches down, sort of grabs him. Reggie does a good job acting. Now that's 14 fouls on the Lakers. The Pacers will shoot free throws the rest of the way.
Here's Dale Davis backing in on Horry. Missed it, and the rebound is grabbed by Shaw, who's bumped for the foul.
Now, Bob, the Pacers have to be very aware.
Dale Davis, despite that miss, has played a whale of a game. 15 points, 12 rebounds.
How about this now? You've had 4 three-pointers. You've had Fox with 1, Horry with 2, and Fisher. That's 12 points in a critical game to give you a 5-win lead.
Kobe Bryant off balance, and Shaquille O'Neal is there. The Lakers lead by 7. O'Neal has scored 36. And a whistle at the other end.
Right now, the difference in this game is this man right here, Kobe Bryant. Not so much that he's scoring, but look what he does. He collapses your entire defense. 3 guys are playing and nobody to guard Shaq. So even though he's not shooting a high percentage, he's getting in the lane and breaking down the Pacer defense, whether it be a three-point shot or an offensive rebound or a handoff to Shaquille O'Neal. So 7 for 22 does not talk about his impact in this game.
Brian Shaw committed the foul, and before Reggie Miller went to the line, Mark Jackson called his teammates over and huddled them up, trying to stabilize things here. There's all kinds of time. There's a sense that the game is slipping away, but with that pair of free throws by Reggie, they're within 5 and almost 7 minutes remains.
Well, Bob, they're the best three-point shooting team in the league. They're 2 3-pointers away from being in the lead right now.
Lakers have outscored them, though, 20-10 in this fourth quarter. Brian Shaw, wild shot, looks like a pass, and I'm pretty sure he knew that.
Rick Smith has got to stop going for those shot blocks. He's not a shot blocker. He's got to stay with Shaquille O'Neal.
I think that was an intentional ricochet pass because Shaq was alone on the other side of the hoop.
I think it very well could have been, but that's twice now that Smith has gone to block shots. He did the same thing in the overtime period in Game 4. The Lakers got 2 offensive rebounds that really changed the game. But watch Rick Smith here. He is not a shot blocker. You don't come over and try to block that shot. The MVP is right there. You got to keep your body on him, make him come over the top and foul you.
Rick Fox committed the foul. And Rose makes it 101-95.
See, Larry Bird's got a big decision here. Sam Perkins is going to space the floor a little bit better than Rick Smith. But he's going to Rick Smith maybe to give him some offense. The problem is Rick Smith is not a good defender. He can't move his feet. He has got to do a better job right now if he's going to be on the floor because they're not even looking for him to shoot the ball.
These games have been like 80s flashbacks. Both teams in or approaching triple digits. Not 85-80 stuff. Here's Horry again. Finally missed from that spot. But it pops into Bryant's hands. He goes up in traffic. And finally there's a whistle.
Kobe is electric right now. He's everywhere. He's trying so hard. He can't get the shots to go. That was 3 efforts by him. Once he gets the offensive rebound, he weaves himself through Delaney, hangs, forces it, doesn't get it, tries to get the tip, and a loose ball foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Defensive rebounding, one of the Achilles heels of Indiana all season long. It cost them Game 4, but it cost them a chance for Game 7.
Even though Kobe Bryant has shot a very chilly 7 of 24 from the floor, it's obvious he can still have an effect on the outcome of the game. Smits with his 5th foul sits. Crozier comes in.
See, he's doing a lot what Michael used to do in Chicago. Play that triangle for 3 quarters, and then that 4th quarter say, you know what, I'm going to break it here, and I'm going to make some things happen. That's what he's done. It's working, and the Lakers are leading.
Exactly 6 minutes remaining. Indiana now down by 7. Jalen Rose is fouled. The Lakers have actually done them a favor because after scoring at their end, the Lakers the last several seasons have quickly stopped the clock by fouling and giving Indiana a chance to score without running much time off the clock.
Well, I'm sure what Larry Bird has told his team, don't pull up and shoot long jump shots. Keep attacking the basket. Get inside. But they've got to get some stops done on the other end. Right now, the Lakers are scoring every time down.
Back to within 5.
The Lakers must continue to keep the pressure on. Break them down with the dribble. Get inside. They've missed 6 shots in this quarter, but they have 4 offensive rebounds.
Robert Horry on the move. Gives it up to Harper with the left hand, nowhere near. Crozier rebounds. Dale Davis slips by Glenn Rice, and he was fouled.
That's a good foul right there, too, by Robert Horry. You do not want to give Dale Davis that dunk. You got to make him make a couple free throws. He goes in strong. He goes past Rice, and here's the foul on Horry. And that's what you've got to do. No layups at this point in the game for either team.
Dale Davis, a very poor free throw shooter throughout his career, improved dramatically during the regular season. But it's taught off in the playoffs. He swishes that one.
And he's having his best game of the series tonight. He got off to a great start. He's had a big game scoring. He's double figures in rebounds. And he's given them a real tenacity out there that they need.
Got them both. His 17th point. His team's 100th.
It's now time for the Lakers. Get that ball back to Kobe Bryant. Let him create something. Get the ball inside to Shaq.
Harper looking for O'Neal. Touch pass back to Harper. He takes it to the hole but can't finish. Crozier comes up with it. Here are the Pacers down by only 3. Jalen Rose to tie it. There it is.
When you can shoot the 3, you're never out of a game.
Saving pass to Horry. Eight seconds to shoot. Harper to Shaq. Guarded by Davis. Turnaround jumper. How about that? He's got 40.
Shaquille O'Neal. What a tremendous season he's had, wanting to end it tonight and realize his dream of an NBA championship, his first.
Jalen Rose. Rebound to Horry. Davis got a piece of it but couldn't control it.
The Pacers have gone small with their lineup. Smith is out, Davis is in. The Lakers have a power advantage inside. Will they go back to it?
Kobe Bryant throws it over Jalen Rose. The Pacers had tied it with 7 unanswered points, but 6 straight for the Lakers after the timeout, and it's 109-103.
Kobe Bryant has such great confidence. He's going to square up, little penetration, and he's going to hit the jumper to put him up 6, and he's going to go off. I got it under control, and Phil Jackson, his coach, waiting for him. And you know what he said to him on Ready Lips? He said, run the offense. Kobe said, okay, I'll do it, coach. He knows the confidence that Kobe has. He doesn't want to take that away from him, but right now, use the clock and power that ball inside.
Be alert for Hack-a-Shaq when the Lakers get the ball. Miller guarded by Harper. Jalen Rose. Right hand. It won't drop. Loose ball to Rice.
See, Shaquille O'Neal doesn't have to guard anybody right now. They're going to the Hack-a-Shaq. They've got 1 minute and 2 to do this before the penalty comes in at 2, where it's like a technical foul and you maintain possession of the ball. But Bob, what happens anytime Dale Davis is on the floor and he's played a great game and Shaquille is matched up against him, he's going to be right underneath the basket. Here's Shaquille O'Neal right here, and they're going to wrap him up right there. Here comes Crozier. But more importantly, defensively, what he's doing now, he's taking away any penetration the Pacers have.
And with that miss, O'Neal, despite scoring 40 points, is 2 for 9 at the line. If he continues to make 1 of 2, that'll be good enough for the Lakers.
And a 7-point lead is big because that makes it 3 possessions when you're playing against a great 3-point shooting team.
Miller, the fake, the 3, he got it.
And that's why it's so important. I think they're going to give him a 2.
Yep, it's a 2. His foot was on the line, a 2-point basket. And now they wrap Shaq up again, and it's Crozier once again who does it.
Bob, just so we go through the rule again, Reggie Miller is going to get a nice little up fake coming off that screen, and he's going to fake Harper, who chases him off the 3. Reggie tries to get behind the line, can't quite do it. But Bob, just so we go through the rule on Hack-a-Shaq, boy, very close to being out of bounds there. Reggie steps in, just his toe is on the line. But at the 2-minute mark, under the 2-minute mark, if they do this with Shaq, it's 1 free throw for any Laker who's on the floor, so they can have their best free throw shooter take it, and they get the ball out of bounds. So they've got 41 more seconds. That's why it's important the Lakers make the Pacers use some clock rather than come down and score quickly.
He obliges them by missing 2. Now can the Pacers score? Looking for Reggie, weaving his way through a maze of screens. His 3, no good. Crozier, however, appeared to have been shoved away from the ball. And it's Robert Horry who commits his 4th.
Reggie Miller is so hard to play, and the Lakers are so aware of him coming off screens. And you can see right there that he just takes and throws him down. Crozier, as he tried to set the screen, what would have been interesting had that ball gone in, would it have counted and Crozier shot a free throw?
I believe the call was an instant before the shot. Crozier, the kid from Santa Monica, misses the first.
Now, Phil Jackson is taking O'Neal out of the game, probably for one possession. So if they can come down and use clock, then he can bring them back in the game, and the hack-a-shack then is over. This is a good substitution by Phil.
Crozier needs this to bring the Pacers to within 4.
And you know who's going to have the ball. They're going to get it to Kobe and try to get him to attack off the dribble and get to that free throw line. This is the time he loves, when Shaq is out of the game, that he can do his thing.
He fires a 3. And Jackson grabs the rebound. Here comes Jalen Rose all the way to the hoop. Blocked by Bryant, but recovered by Davis. Austin Crozier now. Hands to Davis, and Davis is fouled. Not a particularly good free throw shooter. With 2 crucial shots coming, his team down by 4, 1:56 left, and now hack-a-shack is not part of the equation.
The problem you have is this. If you put Shaquille O'Neal in for this rebound, and Dale Davis is not a good free throw shooter, and he missed the second one and Shaq rebounds it, they're going to foul him. So you'd be very careful. If Shaq rebounds his ball, you know they're going to take the foul on him.
Yeah, they can foul him now, but only when he touches the ball. If they foul him intentionally and he doesn't have the ball, that's when the technical comes into play.
But if he rebounds the ball, he'll have to shoot 2 free throws. That's why this is a big play right here by him putting Shaq in the game.
So why put him in the inside position? Why not let someone else take the inside position?
I guess he feels like they want to make sure they rebound the basketball here, but this could be a big play. If Dale Davis misses this and Shaq rebounds it, it could be almost a hack-a-shack in its own way here.
He does miss it. It goes out of bounds with the Lakers touching it last. So that works even better for the Pacers.
And they're within 3, which means a 3-pointer ties it right now. So be aware of this Indiana Pacer team. You know they love to shoot 3s. Miller tried to do it to win Game 4.
Here's Jalen Rose. No need to hurry. Davis. Back to Rose. Shaq picks him up. Rose. On the dribble by Shaq. His pass knocked away by Rice. And let's see what the call will be. Rice thought he might have been fouled, but it's going to be Indiana ball, and they call timeout with 9 on the shot clock and 1:39 on the game clock. During this timeout, the security guards have begun stringing rope around the court, and people are gathering in anticipation of a possible championship ceremony. How galling must this be to the Pacers, who are very much in this game, in possession of the ball, down by only 3.
You know that somehow Reggie Miller is going to be involved in this play. Will Mark Jackson flash and get the ball, and look for Miller coming off a quick screen, especially on Shaq's side of the floor.
That's what he was trying to do, but Jackson on the dribble gives it to Crozier. 2 seconds to shoot. Crozier is fouled on the drive.
That's a smart play, though. You don't need a 3. Drive that ball in there, throw your body in there, and get to the free throw line.
Kobe limping a little bit. Robert Horry fouled out with that personal.
We've seen Austin Crozier do this the entire series. He drives inside and gets fouled. You don't shoot any little flip shots. You throw yourself in there, you take the punishment, and then you get to the free throw line. As Robert Horry, is he fouled out of the game? He's fouled out 8 points. Remember now, critical, he had 2 threes, and they will miss his shooting out on the floor.
Crozier has scored 14. As you see, 3 of 4 at the line.
Now, Bob, we've seen this before. Will the Lakers go through Shaq? He struggled tonight. You know that if he catches the ball, they're going to foul him. With that said, normally Kobe is the guy that they put the ball in his hands. Let's see what happens. But you know that if Shaq catches it, they're going to foul him.
Crozier brings the Pacers to within one. A minute and a half remaining in Game 6. Glenn Rice, Shaq screening. Rice into the paint, blocked by Dale Davis. And a whistle from Joey Crawford.
It's going to be a loose ball foul here. Glenn Rice is going to shoot a couple free throws. It's either going to be on Dale Davis or Crozier. Larry Bird is sort of looking at the call incredulously, but interestingly enough, Glenn Rice, a guy that they have not gone too much, they go to, he goes in. The initial play right there is the block shot, and then on the loose ball possession, they rule the foul. So Rice will shoot two.
Rice, normally an excellent free throw shooter, has missed 3 of 4 tonight.
Well, I sure didn't see that.
If the Lakers escape with the win and the title, that call will be replayed, especially in Indiana, for a long time.
Again, Indiana does not need a three. Way too much time. You're the best free throw shooting team. Get to the free throw line.
Miller. Fox right up on him. Crozier. Harper's got him on a mismatch. Crozier turnaround. Big shot way short. Shaq grabs it and immediately, like a hot potato, gets rid of it so they can't foul him. Kobe Bryant turning, shooting, short. Jackson picks it up. Pacers very much alive. Miller for three in the tie. It's long. Into the arms of Rice. 30 seconds.
They don't need to foul. They still got time on the clock. An 8-second differential, Bob.
Straight up D for Indiana. Kobe off balance. And the whistle blows. He had the ball knocked away, but the foul is on Indiana.
Kobe Bryant, as he goes to the basket, he jackknifes himself. Crozier comes over with the bump. Let's take a look again here as he goes up, and you can see the little bump. Crozier didn't like it. Kobe will shoot 2 free throws. 13 seconds to go.
Points. Timeout, Indiana. The Pacers still have a chance, but it begins to look like the call that will haunt them is the foul on Glenn Rice. It looked like they had gotten a legit stop and a chance to take the ball and the lead. They would have been down 1 with the ball.
Now, if you're LA, the one thing you don't want to do here is foul. You want to make them use some clock, switch all the screens, make them take a shot. You're 1 rebound away from being the NBA champions.
Rose will throw it in. Mark Jackson. He drives, throws it up. Dale Davis recovers and dunks it with 5.4 seconds.
If you can't get it into a great free throw shooter, call timeout.
The Lakers have 3 of them. Indiana just 1, and they do call time. Unless they can get the steal and an immediate layup or dunk or kick it back out for a 3, the Pacers have no choice but to foul the first guy who catches it.
And you want to get the ball into either a Rick Fox, a Rice, or a Kobe Bryant. If you're Shaquille O'Neal, you get as far away from the basketball as possible. Ron Harper will throw it in. So they got 3 of their very good free throw shooters coming to the ball. You got to get the ball in and just step up and make free throws, and the championship is yours.
The timeout advanced the ball to midcourt. Into Bryant. He's expecting them to foul him. They take a while to do it. They let 3 seconds go off the clock.
As soon as he caught the ball, he should have been fouled. And if he makes one free throw, the game is over, basically, because what happens, Bob, even if you shoot a three, you catch it while the ball is in the air, the clock will go off. They're one free throw away right now from being the champions.
If he misses them both, the Pacers have a timeout left. That's not going to happen.
Remember yesterday we spoke to Kobe Bryant, and I asked him, I said, Kobe, you're a dreamer. And he said, yes, and I'm going to dream that I'm going to be holding that trophy tomorrow night. Well, it looks like he's going to get his wish.
In 2.5 seconds, it appears he will. The Pacers, struggling to the last, use their last timeout. But no one has ever designed a 5-point play that happens in 2.5 seconds.
You know, Bob, what was amazing is everybody talked about that it was only a formality that whoever came out of the West was going to be the champion. Well, I will tell you this, the Indiana Pacers have played tremendous basketball. You throw away that game one where they really struggled. From that point on, they have given Lakers fits. And if the Lakers do go on and win this game, the respect that this team has got will go way, way up. They have been tremendous.
They could have won game 2 here. Came within a single shot of winning game 4 and perhaps winning all 3 games in Indiana. Although if they had won game 4, you don't know how game 5 would have gone. But nonetheless, they had that opportunity, and they led after 3 quarters here.
And what's happened is, we talked about when you win championships, you have to have some other guys step up. And yes, it's been Kobe, and yes, it's been Shaq. No question about that. But how about those Horry threes, that Fox three, that Fisher three, Harper's assists, the steals? All those things play in so that your stars can help you win your championship.
Larry Bird is one of the singular figures in the history of the NBA. MVP awards, 3 titles, but for the rest of his life, I don't think he'll ever want to see a room decorated in purple and gold. I don't think he'll ever want to see anyone wearing purple and gold, because it has always been the Lakers in one way or another who have been an obstacle. And only once, in fact, did they beat them. 2 of the 3 titles for Boston were won against Houston. In '84, they did beat the Lakers. They lost tough, hard-fought series in 6 games each time, in '85 and '87, and now in Game 6 in Los Angeles, barring the miracle of miracles, Bird's head coaching career and the Pacers season ends. The officials are conferring about exactly what we're not sure. People rimming the court, fans and media both. Jackson looking to throw it in against Shaq. Reggie turns and pumps it up off the rim, and the Lakers